What's going on? My name is Tim Williams. We're here to break down today's MLB DraftKings slate. We got a 4-game slate here. It's March 27th. We got like 5 days left before we get right into the baseball season. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tim. We'll be breaking down spring training slates as well as MLB slates. We'll be talking about DFS, strategy, pitching matchups, hitting, all this and that. If you like that, if you like baseball content, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting, nearly daily videos. And yeah, let's just get right into it. We got 4 games here. This first game, I'm not really sure if is actually going to go on, this Boston Pirates game. Matt Barnes, it was just announced that Matt Barnes has COVID. So the Red Sox players are actually currently going through rapid testing. And it looks like the Red Sox actually took Matt Andriese out of this depth chart here. So this game might not go on. We'll still go through the presentation. Just be careful. This is a definite for now fade for me. I might just not mess with it. Could be sneaky to get in there. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Boom. All right, so if this game does happen, Red Sox are favorited. Andriese was scheduled to pitch. I'm not sure if he is anymore, but if you're going at this game, the Red Sox are the clear, stacking favorite in my eyes as far as hitting goes. They're 9th in average, 10th in on base percentage, 3rd in home runs, which is huge. Strikeouts right in the middle there. But this team's been hot and they just keep hitting. And I think they're going to continue to hit all year long. Pitching wise, pretty average. Nothing really stands out here. In play, we'll have to wait and see if this lineup or this game even happens. But it's the usual suspects. If Devers is in there, Bogarts, we'll just have to go from there. Bobby Dahl back, basically anyone that can hit home runs. On the Pirate side, you got Chad Kuhl. The pitchers, it was somebody else earlier in the day. Now Kuhl's in. He's got a flat 3 ERA in 6 innings. He's given up a home run. He struck out 9. Pirates surprisingly 9th or 6th in average, I should say. 16th in on base percentage. 16th in home runs, 19th in strikeouts. So they are hitting the ball. That average should drop, I believe. Pitching wise, 17th in ERA, 10th in whip. Not a whole lot I really love on this Pirates side. Yes, they are hot hitting wise, and you can get different there, but I just don't think you need to get different today. In this game, like I said, might not even happen. Next, you got the Blue Jays and the Yankees. The Yankees are favored here only slightly. I think some sites might prefer the Blue Jays, so it's a close one. You got Anthony Kay going against Chacin, the veteran. Kay, in 11 innings, 5 earned runs. He's given up a home run, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. Just kind of an average pitcher so far in his young career. Blue Jays average-wise 17th, 12th in on-base percentage. I mean, these guys are hitting the ball. They look like a solid, fun young team. 13th in home runs. They're not striking out as much. Stolen bases are 4th. So there's just a lot of offensive potential here. Pitching wise, 1st in ERA, 1st in whip, just, slinging the ball, not allowing a lot of home runs, striking a ton of guys out. So pitching wise, they do look pretty good. Anthony Kay will probably slot in that 4th, 5th, 4th or 5th in the rotation. Guys in play, Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, Gurriel, those are the 3 I maybe would build the core around if you were to stack the Blue Jays. On the Yankee side, average wise 30th, they kind of stink there. On base percentage 27th, but we do know that they can hit home runs. They have been stealing bases, but I wouldn't look too much into that. And these guys do strike out quite a bit. But however, I wouldn't really, risk putting K out there against the Yankees. Pitching wise, Yankees 4th in ERA, 2nd in whip. So these guys can pitch too. 3rd in strikeouts. They do allow the occasional home run, so they're 10th there. A little bit of a different lineup today, but I love Torres in the spot. Frazier looks like a decent option. And if you really want to get different and you're playing the big, massive GPP slate, Tyler Wade looks like a decent option hitting leadoff. It's not sexy by any means, but he has been hitting lefties fairly well. Next, we got the Rays Twins. Twins early favorites here, but it looks like the Rays kind of caught up there, so it's kind of right in the middle. Glasnow going against Thorpe. Glasnow is probably the most popular pitcher on this slate. I mean, the 17 strikeouts in 9 2/3 innings is really, really appealing. However, he hasn't really been that great. He's given up about a hit an inning. He's given up 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, 5 walks. really, really shaky. The upside's there. So going against the Twins who aren't hitting the ball very well, I might take my chances there, judging, what else is on the slate. But if you fade him, I totally get it. Rays offensively, 18th in average, 22nd on base percentage, 12th in home runs. So they are, consistently hitting the ball out of the park. 11th in strikeouts. Pitching wise, they really have not been good. Bullpen wise, they kind of stunk. 28th in ERA, 14th in WHIP. So that ERA will probably, get better as we get into the season. Third in home runs allowed, and they're not really striking a lot of guys out. Ray's lineup isn't all overly impressive today. You got Adames and Brosseau going against the lefty Thorpe on the Twins side. Thorpe's been, he's having an okay spring here. 7.2 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, gave up a home run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. I really don't think this guy's going to, stick in the rotation. He's obviously just a bullpen guy here. But the Twins hitting, not good. 28th in average, 30th in on-base percentage, 26th in strikeouts. So they're not really striking out the ball that much, but they're not hitting the ball either. 13th in home runs. So that, the power is there. Glasnow is, he can be a good pitcher, but so it's, there's a little bit of risk there. Pitching wise for the Twins, 23rd in ERA, 21st in WHIP, not really that great. Kind of average and giving up home runs and getting strikeouts. We don't have their lineup out yet, but it's usually the usual suspects: Donaldson, Polanco for now. Going against Glasnow really might be a tough matchup. And then lastly, you got the Astros Mets. Mets were favorited, I believe. That one's also really, really close. So no clear favorite as of now. Brian Abreu pitching against, you got Barnes and Lucchesi. We'll start with the Astros side. Astros have not been hitting the ball very well at all. 29th in average, 25th in on-base percentage. They had some injuries early on in camp. Those guys are back now, so it'll be some adjusting, and it's spring training, so these games don't count. But they're 30th in home runs, 30th in stolen bases, not really striking out, so that's a good sign. Pitching wise, they've been actually decent. 9th in ERA, 13th in WHIP, 13th in home runs allowed, and then 23rd in strikeouts. Guys in play here, if you were to stack this game, Alvarez, Tucker, Bregman, Altuve, Brantley. This actually looks like a decent play for them. Like, eventually they just got to break out of this slump. Miles Straw toward the end of the order, he's been like their best hitter so far in spring. So I actually think he's a decent play. He's not going to hit for power though, but he can get you stolen bases. So it's a risk in itself. On the Mets side, Barnes, Lucchesi, neither of which overly impressive. The 11 strikeouts for Lucchesi looks pretty good, and he's coming in second. So he'll face like the later half of the Astros lineup, depending how much Barnes pitches, if he goes 1 or 2 innings. So Lucchesi is intriguing, I guess, with all the other pitchers on the slate. But 20th in average, 19th in on-base percentage. So the Mets, they're just been kind of average, right? This is a team that, potentially could win the division. So this is a strong team, 26 in home runs. So they haven't been hitting the ball out of the park too well. They're not really striking out either. So it's a tough pitching matchup for Abreu. But pitching wise for the Mets, they're 3rd in ERA, 4th in WHIP. So strong numbers there. They're not allowing a lot of home runs. They're not striking out a lot of guys too. So that looks pretty good for the Astros hitters. If they're not really striking out a lot of guys, maybe there's potential for the Astros to bounce back here. So, just to take a chance, there's nothing really I love on this slate, to be honest. So I just pick maybe 1 or 2 teams to stack and go from there. We'll look at, we'll reload this DraftKings website here and see if we get any more information about that first game, if that's in play or not. I'm not really sure. I'm not overly confident in it if they will play or not. No news on the Twins side yet either. So again, with the Twins, it's the usual suspects if they're in. I mean, Willens is hitting the ball okay. So no, it's home run or bust for him. Polanco looks like an all right play against Glasnow, but other than that, it's just a lot of inconsistency so far. They're not hitting the ball. They're sub 300 on base. So I don't like that there. These are the 2 games I like in a sense. I will say, I think that Houston Mets game, the wind is actually blowing out left field. So if you're a right-handed hitter, there's a good chance there might be some home runs today. So I wouldn't look too much into it, but that is a possibility. If this video helped you in any way, feel free to, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you watching. I'm really, really excited that baseball is just around the corner. Subscribe, leave a comment below. Let's connect. Let's talk baseball. Again, my name is Tim. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.